All right, this is the follow-up to the ATPG pick we sent out last night. We do these as a kind of an after-the-fact learning tool, so you can kind of, if you're not in the chat room, just on our free picks list, you can kind of get inside our head, even though it's after the fact, and see what we're thinking as a trade sets up. So if you remember, ATPG, we had on watch with a catalyst price, or trigger price, if you will, of 1766. And I'm showing you the chart the way we sent it out last night. This is what it looked like before today's candle. If I add in today's trading, you can see it didn't do very much, did it? Let's go to fives and show you what happened. This is what it looked like at the open. Remember, if something triggers in the first 5 minutes, we won't take the trade. The first 5 minute candle hit a high of 1765, so it didn't trigger, but it did a shortly thereafter, 1766, like maybe 6-7 minutes in. Anytime we take a trade, and I'm on the mic all day, so I talk people through my thinking and everything and project the charts, but anytime I take a trade in the first 15 minutes, I'm very skeptical and have a very short leash. So this triggered at 1766, and within a couple minutes it was 1775. I sold some, as I announced over the mic, and when it came back down, I was back out because it was in the first 15 minutes. And you can see how whippy things get in the first 15 minutes. So was no longer in it. And then late in the day, it put in kind of this little base right here. Let me get this right. I believe, yeah, this was it. I said over 1770, might get a run through the high of the day. Worst case stop below these two candles at 1763. So 7 cents risk. And the thinking is, if it breaks this base, if it gets over 1770, the high of day is just to the left. So now maybe it's going to go. So 1771 was the idea. 1763 stop. 8 cents risk. And again, the thinking is the base break will get us through the high of the day. It held the stop and then finally broke the high of the day, but only by a couple pennies, 1 or 2 pennies. So from 1771, the highest it got was 1777, and that was pretty close to the close. I'm not a big fan of trading late in the day anyway. So, nothing doing really. ATPG on the daily still looks good. I mean, there's really nothing in the way from where it is now to retest this 1840. Doesn't mean it has to, but it can. And if it gets over 1840, look to the left on the chart. It's just you don't see anything. There's nothing in the way. So this could be a big breakout one of these days. It just didn't happen to be today. I would like to share with you a great call today. And again, I wouldn't have found this. We talk about teamwork all the time in our chat room. I wouldn't have found this if it wasn't for one of our members, Express Scripts. Let me go to fives. You can see that it gapped down. This was the opening 5 minute candle today. And one of our members, Gerald, from our chat room basically said, hey, Mike, look at Express Scripts ESRX, and had that, big gap down and then into this waterfall shape, massive volume. And so whenever I see that, I start thinking long, okay? It's way too late to be shorting down here. Not that it can't keep falling, but we teach very low risk methods on how to try to fade these and catch it pretty close to the low of the day. And using a method that we teach, the call was using a method that we teach, one of my favorite methods actually. The call was at 55.30. So I'm guessing, but probably somewhere down in this tail, right about there. And the stop was literally 14 cents below, right below the bottom of that tail that never got hit. So the 55.30 trigger call with a 55.16 stop. That's 14 cents risk on a $55 stock. And as I switch to fives here, or actually as I just scoot over and show you the whole day, 55.30, look at that. That stop held. We caught that within a couple minutes of the low of the day. Well, within 13 or 14 cents within the low of the day. And from 55.30, this thing made it all the way to 57.38. So $2.08 move in our favor on 14 cents risk. So that one made my day. I thanked Gerald about 10 times for alerting me. And once he alerted me, I took over, put it on the projector, and made the call via the announcement feature. And anyone in the chat room that wanted it could have been in on that trade. I don't know how many got it, but certainly made my day. And some other small stuff the rest of the day. But, defensive trading, finding low risk opportunities with, a dime, 20 cents risk on a $55 stock. And we caught the capitulation there and a beautiful fade there. So anyway, I'm going to quit babbling. ATPG I think is still worth watching. I may send out another pick this week, but well, this is Thursday, so if I do, it'll be tonight. If not, look for one next week. So have a great weekend if we don't, and we'll talk to you then.